sun. I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships rolling in. Then I'll watch them roll away again. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia and I headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've got nothing to live for. It look like nothing's gonna come my way, so I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing's gonna change. Everything seems to stay the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. Listen, the 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Now I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tides roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, I'm wasting time.
All right, chat, how we doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, boy. Been a minute, I guess. Oh. According to Streamlabs, it's been 20 days since my last Streamlabs tip. Has it been that long since I streamed? I don't know. Sometimes y'all cheap fuckers don't send me any tips. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. What kind of pay pigs are you? Chat says, I live down by the Ohio River. How fucked am I? Well, I don't know. I mean, Does the thought of drinking a tall glass of melted Funko Pop sound delightful to you? Because otherwise, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'd guess at least a reasonable amount of fucked. But aren't we all? Aren't we fucking all? I'm a little bit of fucked right now. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, chat. I'm a little bit of fucked right now. And that's kind of why I decided to stream. And dare I say it, did the bare minimum amount of show prep. So perhaps tonight won't be a just garbage fire of a show. Perhaps tonight won't be an Ohio fire of a show. See, I get my tax return around this time. And, my tax return is what pays for my car insurance for the year, generally. And, taxes went up considerably this year. And, unbeknownst to me, they were taking a lot less out this year for me. Not sure if that was my fuck up or they changed. I don't know. I'm retarded. I don't know what I'm doing. That might have been my problem. Point is, my tax return this year is a big old dick in the mouth. And that's just not enough to cover my insurance for the year, not by a long shot. So I'd like to make a couple extra bucks right now. I suspect a lot of people are going to be a little surprised when they get taxes. But yeah, Taxman wasn't particularly good to me this year. And not that he ever really is. But point is, I need a little extra bucks. I need some ducats. I need some fucking shekels. So hopefully I've got a good show for you tonight. And hopefully y'all motherfuckers are going to send me some shekels. And by the way, if you send me shekels and you're like, watch this video, like, I'm not destitute, okay? So I'm not going to watch, like, 3 hours of something that will deeply upset me because you sent me $1. Like, I might be a whore, but I'm not the cheapest of whores. So let's keep that in mind, okay? Like, that's all I'm saying. We'll keep that in mind, maybe, chat. So, let's see if we can screen share, because we got some stuff we want to go over. You know what? Let's go over the light, fun, just kind of goofy thing real quick. Because, you know, we just started waiting on maybe people to see that I'm live. Come on in. So we'll start with the light, goofy, who gives a shit stuff first. So, let's see if we can bring up a Windows capture. And, boom, here we go. So, go ahead. Mess with this a little bit. Okay. So this is just a little fun comic book that's been announced. You may have noticed, if you keep up with nerd news, that they put out like action figure 2-packs of Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter. Playmates put them out. And they're not very good. The Ninja Turtle toys in them kind of look like shit. But the cool thing we got from it is Ninja Turtle versus Street Fighter comic set in the IDW universe. We even got the Jenica the Fifth Turtle there, who I've actually grown to like quite a bit. I don't know. A lot of people want to shit on the current run of IDW. I'm not signing up for it. There you go, Chad. But yeah, a lot of people want to shit on the current IDW stuff, people will be like, oh, don't read any of it after 100. I'm current. Now, let me put it this way. I've read up to 100, including tie-ins and minis to the hardcovers, and that is fantastic. I'm currently reading it, and I started a few months ago because of the Armageddon game storyline, and it's fantastic. Maybe the stuff in between isn't great. I'll catch up on that. But I can tell you at the very least the first 100 issues. And I don't dislike Jenica as a character. I don't, she's introduced very organically long-term in the series before she gets mutated into a turtle and accepted in the Hamato clan. So he says, wish I could help out with super chats, but I'm broke as hell too. Well, you can't send $1. Come on. But yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. I'm always down for goofy ass crossovers, man. So I'm excited for that. That's some good news. Some good news. I'll read that as the world burns. So we got some other fun stuff we're going to talk about. Oh, what do we want to do here first, chat? You know what? We're sticking with the lighter stuff first. I think that's good. God, the ads on these fucking news sites. I'm trying to. No, I don't want to. Oh, I hate this. I hate how news sites are anymore. It's got a load of fucking video, just unrelated. Okay. Of an unrelated story. But go ahead and check out this story from the New York Post. I'm a trophy husband with 3 wives. They work while I stay home. So we're going to start this. We're starting the show off. We had a little nerd stuff, a little fun comic book coming out. Now we're going to get into the king shit chat. And here, of course, is a unrelated thing that they want to jam on our throats. Thank you, New York Post. Very helpful. A man who calls himself a, quote, here he is, by the way. It is, of course, a brother with 3 thick white chicks. But, I mean, that's what they like. That's what they like. And you know what? I got to say, definitely would on this one here, on the ones on the far right and left. And the middle one, I could kind of take a leave. It's not really doing it for me. The other 2, yeah, I could get down on them. They're kind of big. But you know what? They look like they throw down. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm kind of fat too, so who am I to judge when you get right down to it? On them being a little fat. But a man who calls himself a trophy husband has revealed that not only does he have 3 wives, but he doesn't work. Comparing his role in the polyamorous family to that on a chessboard, dad of 2, Nick Davis, says he doesn't have a job because, and I quote, the king doesn't move around much, unquote, while the queens have all the power. Meanwhile, his 3 wives, April, Danielle, and Jennifer. Watch out for girls named Danielle and Jennifer. I can tell you that much. All have full-time professions. Nick met his first wife, April, at university 15 years ago before they welcomed Jennifer into their marriage 9 years later. Quote, it's nice to have helping hands with my husband. While it might sound unusual, 38-year-old April says she is happy having extra women in the relationship to meet Nick's, quote, needs, unquote. Once again, chat, we are dealing with fucking king shit. Can I get some king shit emojis in the chat? Holy, this motherfucker. Again, you could criticize and say they're not the best looking women in the world. They're not bad looking women. But he's got 3 of them paying his bills. I mean, I think I'll take that over a bitchy 10. I don't know about you, chat. Quote, Nick's a lot to handle. Let's just say that, quote, 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 in a lot of ways. Nick is a lot to handle in bed, unquote. She told TLC's Seeking Sister Wife program. Jesus, this fucking Chad. This fucking Chad. Nick's a lot to handle in general with his personality. It's nice to be able to have helping hands. Uh-oh, we're going to load a fucking ad. Thanks a lot, New York Post. That's fucking great. In fact, it was actually April who introduced her 39-year-old husband to 25-year-old Jennifer, who was 19 at the time, thinking she would be a good fit for the family. Andrew Tate is out there telling you, here's how to be a masculine man, because he fucking kidnapped some whores and stuck them in front of webcams and bought stupid sports cars with the money. Andrew Tate wishes he was this nibba, all right? Andrew Tate wishes he was this motherfucker, all right? Like, holy shit. This guy. I wish I still did an actual show. I would desperately want to interview this guy. I just want to hang out with this guy. He seems cool as fuck. I want to go to his house and play fucking Madden with him while his wives are at work. That's good for him. I don't even like Madden. It just seems like it'd be cool to hang out with him. The entire Manosphere wishes it was this motherfucker. Okay? This is the man the entire Manosphere spent its entire existence LARPing as. What are you doing? Dog, you're going to chew that chew or you're going to get your bed. You're going to cause me a hassle while I'm streaming. Trying to get super berries. I still ain't got no super berries. You want me to sell you so I can afford my car insurance? I'll do it. I'll sell you to science. I don't think I'll get a lot though, but let's get back to this. Okay. It just became evident to me that she was a good person. There was a lot of high intellect in that big brain of hers, and I knew Nick would find her attractive, unquote, April shared. Nick explained that he likes to be, quote, snuggled up in the middle, unquote, of his wives at night, but that sex always occurs in a different area of the home with each wife. King shit, chat. Goddamn. When the polyamorous family appeared on Seeking Sister Wife last year, they welcomed 22-year-old Danielle into the family. In a wedding ceremony with his other two wives by his side, Nick said he was, quote, living the dream, unquote, as he committed to Daniel. I'm sorry, Danielle. Daniel. Yeah, he's not in America first. What am I saying? Having 3 wives. By the way, Danielle is always a name I always accidentally say Daniel with. Because it's so easy to like... having 3 wives. Knowing that we're all solidified in our union and brought it together like we have. It's just unbelievable. I feel like I'm living the dream come true, he said. Quote, I honestly didn't ever think I could be this happy, unquote, Danielle said. I didn't think happiness like this existed until I, quote, found love. And now the Davis family has grown even more after Jennifer welcomed her first child together, Vera, in June last year. Nick also has an older teenage son from his previous relationship. Okay, it doesn't say anything about how he stays at home, but God bless him. Just fucking sits. These bitches. It's like the fucking male lion. Like how the male lion just sits on his ass while females hunt and brings him food. What are you doing over there? All right. But yes, king shit, chat. Just absolute king shit. Oh, we did get a little super chat here a minute ago. I don't know why the alert box didn't go off.
Have you heard of Jesus?
There it goes. Cream pie. okay, has tipped $3, and thank you very much for that. Said, I'd rather follow this Nick than Nick Fuentes. Well, yes, that's true. Nick Fuentes will show you how to have 3 catboy wives who stream and bring you McDonald's, I guess. So if that's your cup of tea, I guess he'll show you how to do that, maybe. This motherfucker. Just, goddamn. There's times you just have to, like, you can't be a hater. You can't be a hater. You just gotta fucking salute. You just gotta fucking salute a motherfucker that just has it dicked. Alrighty. So, let's move on to some motherfuckers that don't have it dicked. The trad right. Let's talk about social conservatives, shall we? Let's talk about some social conservatives who no doubt do not have 3 wives paying their bills and keeping their balls empty and their wallet full. Let's talk about some of them, shall we? Red Pill Renegade says, to think this guy accomplished in a short period what the Manosphere failed to do in a decade. Exactly. You know, he just did. Nick's a lot to... God bless him. I mean, I've wrangled up some 3-ways in my day. It's really not as hard as this weird Zoomer incel generation wants to make. Like, I'm hardly Chad Thundercock, and I've managed to do okay in my day. But to have 3 women who are just like, no, honey, you sit at home and play your fucking Xbox. We'll all go work for you. He's basically a pimp, but he sends them to corporations instead of other dudes. It's just amazing. You have to be in awe of the game that motherfucker must have. You know, and I know you get people, especially in our circle, be, oh, look at the fat chicks. Of course, the fat chicks are fucking a black guy, or they just want to rag on him because he's a nog or whatever. But whatever, man. Again, choice between a bitchy trophy wife who's an absolute 10, right? And 3 cute, but kind of thick girls who are keep my balls empty and let me read Ninja Turtle comic books all fucking day. I know what I want to watch. I know what I'm betting on. You know, I know the path I'd take. Which way, Western men? I know which way I'd go. All night and day. So yes, Nick, with your 3 trophy wives. Yes, Nick, we salute you. We here at the Bedglov livestream salute you. 3 cute but chubby girls have decided to keep you as their personal dildo. And there's worse ways to go down the path of life. That's the fuck for sure. Somebody in the chat says, just arrived, what I missed. You missed some king shit. That's what you missed. Somebody says, bet that dude never needed a $700 8-hour secret system course to get where he did. No, apparently he just sat on ass playing fucking Madden. I don't know. I guess that motherfucker's got a big old dick and eats pussy like a chimp. I don't know. I don't know what his secret is. He didn't really tell us. Maybe he doesn't know at the end of the day. It just sort of happened. But I respect it. We respect the hustle here. All right. This man is the Manosphere now. Everyone else in the Manosphere, if you don't come to me and tell me you got 3 bitches paying your bills while you sit on ass and keeping your balls empty, pack it up. Pack it up and go home. All right? All your masculinity, how to be a fucking Sigma male classes, pack it up, go home. Okay? You have failed this city, as the Green Arrow like to say. Just pack it up and go home. All right? All of you. Close your blogs. Stop with your fucking channels. Stop with your courses. It's over. All right? This nibber done put you to shame. The only thing you should be trying to do on your channel is get an interview with that man. She should probably has to go to the gym daily. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has to stay as fit as possible for his one job, which is slaying all three of their pussies. But anybody in the chat that tells me you would not, any male in the chat tells me you wouldn't trade places with him, you are either insane or gay. That is Zach Brannigan. What are you, gay? Gift right there. Yeah, everybody in the Manosphere. I'm sorry, like all of you, pack it up, go home. It's over. It's done. Okay, shut it down. I don't want to hear about your game. I don't want to hear about your system. I don't want to hear about your Sigma male grind set. Shut it down. We have a new champion. All right. Well, anyways, moving on from this man who has life figured out. Just let's be real. Just that he's unraveled the mysteries of the human condition. Okay. You should have to literally climb to the top of a mountain to ask this man 3 questions. Like, moving on from this king shit, we're gonna talk about some broke dick motherfuckers that don't have life by the balls, and that is our good friends, the social conservatives. Because we have 2 great examples of social conservatives just being social conservatives. And remember, chat, I need super berries, so I'm trying to put on a good show for you. Please, for the love of God, send me super berries. Because I don't have 3 women paying my bills, okay? I'm not a king shit like our good buddy Nick over there. Okay, I that ain't nothing I've managed to pull, all right? So I need super berries. But moving on. Let's cover some social conservatives here. So, we have this tweet I saw the other day, and just fuck this guy. It's one of these accounts where like they complain about like, you know, all architecture doesn't look like a cathedral, and it's one of these uber trad aesthetic accounts. Which, oh, you know the kind that show the picture, that fucking famous picture of the Breezewood exit off the PA Turnpike? And like, oh my God, can you believe this exit off of a turnpike? This intersection between major north-south and east-west fucking highways is cluttered with gaudy fast food restaurants and hotels and gas stations, because it's just so terrible in modernity that when people travel, they want convenient and affordable food, fuel, and lodging. Oh my God, I wish we were all Catholic. I wish we were all fucking mud serfs serving the Catholic Church again. That would be so much better. And we shit in a hole in the ground in the backyard. You know the types. He's complaining about this church that is put in a old Pizza Hut. And he says, Americans really convert old Pizza Huts into churches and wonder why church attendance is declining. Well, you know, motherfucker, I would argue that church attendance declines more because of motherfuckers like you, and also because of pussy ass, like the 2 extremes, shall we say, motherfuckers like you on the one end, and then the pussy ass denominations that have like a lesbian pastor and put Black Lives Matter signs outside their fucking church. Those are the 2 extremes. As usual, the church, or the truth, and indeed the church, lies somewhere in between 2 opposite wrongs. First of all, Pizza Hut church sounds fucking awesome. Can we just be real? Like, because Pizza Hut, while it is now in trouble as a company. The Pizza Hut roof is iconic. To anyone that remembers basically pre-9/11 America, the Pizza Hut roof is iconic. Okay, my God, Pizza Hut back in the day. All right, some of you aren't old enough to remember, but Pizza Hut was fucking lit. Okay, I'm old enough to remember getting a new Ninja Turtle game on the NES, and that shit had a coupon for a personal pan pizza in it. I'm old enough to remember you get personal pan pizzas in elementary school just because you read books, and I was doing that anyways. Because I was a fucking nerd. It was great. All right? You get those fucking awesome red cups like the really great fucking family-owned Mexican restaurants use. Those fucking things. Pizza Hut was great. The fucking lunch buffet. Oh my God, remember when they had the puppets for Land Before Time? Fuck, your little hand puppets, the little rubber hand puppets, they were shit. Pizza Hut kicked fucking ass. I hope it makes a comeback. I truly do. It's an American institution. Make Pizza Hut great again. I will vote for the motherfucker that says that. But, all that said, so the Pizza Hut is fucking iconic American architecture as far as I'm concerned. That roof is iconic American architecture. At that point aside, the trend of churches reclaiming abandoned real estate and repurposing it for the cause of Christ is fucking beautiful and a reflection of the gospel. I'm sorry, but to me, the storefront church, the Pizza Hut church, the used to be a fucking Wendy's church before fucking Obama crashed the economy, that shit is beautiful to me. And if you measure a church by the architecture on the outside rather than what's going on in the inside, well, Christ had a term for that. Whitewashed tombs. And that is what the trads are. That's what all these trad Catholic, ortho bro motherfuckers are when you get right down to it. Whitewashed tombs. They're more concerned over what fucking stained glass windows than whether the gospel is that. Because look, small, unaffiliated churches, they ain't got a lot of money. They got to find the buildings where they can find them. Now, me, if I was in charge of the Pizza Hut church, we'd be fucking communion would be fucking Pizza Hut breadsticks and Pepsi, as far as I'm concerned. That's just, nobody said it had to be bread and wine. I mean, that is bread, but yeah. All right, so we're also going to move on to another broke dick social conservative. Here's our good buddy Matt Walsh, our good soulless buddy Matt Walsh, and he has a heartfelt message to Dylan Mulvaney, who is apparently a male to female tranny, which, as we all know, is very stunning and brave. Look, I'm not. You know what? Let's go ahead and play about at least as much of Matt Walsh's bullshit as I can stomach, and then we'll comment on it, chat.
Dylan, if that is the most attractive you will ever look, then I don't even want to imagine what you'll look like when you're at your ugliest. You do not pass as an attractive woman or as a woman at all, even with 50 pounds of makeup and plastic surgery and clever lighting tricks. Even then, you still cannot.
Okay, so I don't know who this person is, but I'm going to give credit where credit's due. If you didn't, at this picture at least. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if I saw video or other pictures, I'm sure it would give it away. This picture, however, if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't know.
Escape what you really are and what you will always be. You have successfully shed whatever parts of you were masculine, perhaps, at least on the surface. Nobody would ever describe you as masculine or manly, so you've got that going. But your femininity quotient has not increased at a rate commensurate with the loss of your masculinity. You may not be masculine, but you also aren't feminine. Instead, you are weird and artificial. You are manufactured and lifeless. You are unearthly and eerie. You are like some kind of human deep fake. That's
sorry, I muted myself there, chat. Okay, so here's the issue. All these things may indeed be true about that person, but Matt Walsh, you are uncanny valley shit. First of all, don't tell me about what's masculine, because you're a soy beard who looks like his favorite sexual position is the watching chair. That's Matt Walsh. But also, like, what do social conservatives think they're doing here? You know, it's one thing when the shit posters do this, because it's usually funny, and it's just a shit poster who has, like, a fucking picture of Goku as his fucking profile picture. That's one thing, but, like, this shit... First of all, taxes are up. Nobody can afford a fucking gallon of gas or a dozen eggs right now. Half of Ohio and about 10% of Pennsylvania, thankfully not the 10% I'm in, is uninhabitable. These are the problems we face. But don't worry, folks, because conservatives are hard at work calling a tranny on the internet ugly. And a week before that, don't worry, they were hard at work complaining that the Super Bowl halftime show was the devil because Rihanna wore red. They are masters at focusing on inconsequential bullshit that doesn't matter. And what's more, Matt Walsh legitimately strikes me as a sociopath. And this shit doesn't win the culture war. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be nice. That's not what I'm saying. You know, where are you going, dog? You better be going to get a drink. Okay. I want you wandering off on me. I keep an eye on you when you like to go cause problems when I'm streaming. So, I'm not saying you gotta be nice. Like, you can do the libs of TikTok shit. Like, you can really expose them. You can do the Tucker shit where you really go in for the kill shot kind of stuff. But, like, no, chat, Matt Walsh is not part of the short hat tribe. He works for Ben Shapiro, but he's Catholic. Although that's basically the small hats of Christianity. It's just another religious minority in this country that's very subversive. And like Jews, they don't worship Jesus. They worship Mary instead. See, I can't really muster up any hatred for the transsexuals. I really can't, guys. I know. I guess I'm just a big softie. But it's like, the other day, I wasn't on Twitter, because I'm, of course, not allowed. But my good buddy Andrew Banner was, Looks_Andy. And he sent me this, he showed me this, where it was, people were arguing over, are you what kind of tranny are you, I guess? What kind of, are you male to female? Are you a cross-dresser? Are you queer, gender queer, whatever? And this person just responded back, I'm the kind that, as a teenager used to cut myself so I wouldn't look good in women's clothing, to try and break the fucking desire to do that, to wear that clothing. I'm like, Jesus, that fucking hurts to read. My God, like, you gotta have fucking sympathy for that. Like, I get it. Yeah, you want to be mad at, like, groomers and shit like that. That's fine. I get it. And you want to oppose, like, this, yeah, let's be real, just bonkers fucking, extreme gender ideology and shit. I get it. I'm with you there. But, like, just calling a tranny ugly, especially, like, come on, Matt Walsh is no fucking, he's no stud, okay? Matt Walsh never gonna have 3 fucking wives paying his bills. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't win a culture war, okay? And you know what? I'm more and more convinced that they don't want to. Like, when I saw Charlie Kirk a couple weeks ago run his mouth about, I don't know, what, some homo pop star at the Grammys, I guess, or some shit, or the Golden Globes. I don't even remember which one it was. Like, dressed like the devil in one of his stupid fucking dances. And it's that dumb Marilyn Manson shit that's just designed to get a rise out of conservative Christians. And sure enough, Charlie Kirk is just running his mouth about, oh my God, I don't even think Charlie Kirk is that stupid. I think he knows exactly what his role in all this is. You know, he knows it's all for show. He knows it's all for donos. He's gonna wave his plastic sword at cardboard dragons, and boomers are gonna clap like seals and send him donations. Because otherwise, we might start focusing on real problems, chat. What are you doing over there? Why don't you get in your bed? Go on. Why are you arguing with me? Go on. In your bed. Oh, you fat retarded dog. Okay. But no, these guys, they know what they're doing, okay? None of this this culture war shit is not the winning thing a lot of you conservatives think it is. All right? Like, we're getting robbed blind. This country is being systematically taken apart and sold off to the highest bidder. And and the left even too, all you want to argue about is butt sex and abortion. And that shit is rearranging deck chairs on a Titanic level fucking idiotic. That's all you want to do. Republicans didn't win or didn't do that well in this this midterm. Even though they should have. And a major issue was the abortion, the Supreme Court thing. That did galvanize a lot of the left to get out there and fucking vote. And look, I'm not even saying it was a bad fucking decision, because I kind of do think it should be a state's issue. But I heard James Dobson on the radio when he was he and some guests were trying to make sense of their terrible fucking election results. And they brought that issue up, and they didn't believe that's why, but then they were like, well, if that's why, it's worth it. It's worth losing because of abortion. It's like, you know what? No, it's not. Okay? Not being able to afford food for your kids is not a worthwhile price to pay to stop your political enemies from aborting theirs. It's not. Sorry to tell you. Guess what? Nothing matters more than the fucking economy. I'm sorry to tell you. Man may not live by bread alone, but he sure as fuck doesn't live without it. And if you ain't got food on your fucking table, what the hell else? What does it matter that some faggots are sucking dick? Or that your political enemies are aborting their kids? I don't understand why you give a shit about that in the first place. But what in God's name does it matter if somebody on the internet is chopping their dick off if you can't afford food? That's the only issue the Republicans should be running on right now. Like, yeah, the trainees are fucking obnoxious. But you know what? Let them make a fool of themselves by telling everyone they're not allowed to play the new Harry Potter game. Then they look like the assholes. But Matt Walsh comes out there and he looks like the asshole. Because his entire argument is you're ugly. Like, yeah, most trainees look like shit. Alright? Very rarely do they end up passable. That's a stone cold reality. Sorry to tell you. But I don't hate them. See, Matt Walsh hates them because they're not out there, being good little cogs in the machine and making a bunch of babies and working nice corporate jobs. It's that fucking Dennis Prager shit again. I don't know, Chad. Try not to pay a lot of attention to the fucking news anymore. Because it's like, what are you going to do? The whole thing's a fucking disaster. Who knows how much of it is lies? who knows how much of it, I don't know. But, I can tell you that conservatives lose because they deserve to. You fucking act like this. Right. First of all, Matt Walsh is just creepy and disturbing and strikes me as a sociopath to begin with. But like, you pull this shit and you think this does anything? You think this wins anybody over? Like, yeah, it's good red meat to get fucking donos, if that's what you care about. And I guess that is what Daily Wire cares about. Say what you will about Crowder, but he did pretty well prove the thing you should have already known, and that's that Mr. Shapiro and company care about the money, and that's about it. In fact, I bet you the folks at Daily Wire like it more when the Democrats are in charge, because then they get to be the opposition. I don't know, Chad, but it's about all I had for tonight. Didn't exactly make a lot of super berries, but hey, I had to try. All right. Folks, if you enjoy the content and you're not listening live, you can hit up paypal.me/thebedglov or streamlabs.com/thebedglov with a donation that I'll see next time I'm live, whenever that may be. And that's about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening.